Hi everyone, this is Lean and I'm back with some Merakihugs inspiration. Today I'm using this Valentine and Love Tag Slimline Die by Crafty Meraki. So from the Valentine stamp sets, I have taken this adorable little girl who's flying away with a heart balloon, and I already fuzzy cut her out. I wanted to test it out because fuzzy cutting is still something that I am trying to improve. So I first tested it out because of the string as well, and then I started coloring. So I'm coloring today with my Copic markers. And as you know me, I start with my darkest, then go to my mid-tone and then my lightest color. But if you prefer another way, then that's just fine. However you like coloring, as long as it works and you enjoy it, that's just the perfect way to do it. The paper that I'm using today is the Transotype Perfect Coloring Paper. This paper can handle quite a lot of Copic markers without having it bleed through the edges, as we sometimes experience when we do a lot of heavy ink blending. So that's why I really like this paper. I'm also for the coloring not using that much Copic markers. I'm keeping sort of the same color scheme throughout the whole image, the same blues, the same reds, just to keep everything matching and to really let it pop from this card. So this girl is going to have some blue accessories and clothes on. This blue I really adore. It's a more muted but still a gorgeous blue. So I experienced with this paper that I can better add at least 2 layers of my color to get the right blend. So that's what I'm doing here, just really simple. The details of the dress being the edges there, I prefer keeping them really light or white, but in this case I'm going to use the BG70. And then later on I will add some stickles to it. So that's something that I always do onto those edges of the dresses. So I will do the same here. I like it. Then for the skin tone, I'm using just one of my most used skin tones. It's somewhere in between white and brown in my opinion, using the E33, E53. And if you want a lighter color as well, E51, E50 can work perfectly with this one as well. So this set, Valentine, is released the first week of the Merakihugs, and I think it's just so precious. It's also right in time to start prepping on the Valentine cards that we all make every year again and again, or just a love themed card that you want to give to someone special. It doesn't have to be Valentine to give a love themed card, I think. So today I wanted to create a simple card, but at the same time one with a lot of impact, and that's why I first of all chose this red, because it's so pure, it's dark, it's just there. And then the background later on, yeah, I think I went quite bold on that one. So for the hair, in my opinion, coloring hair definitely with Copic markers is one of the hardest things to do. What I have been doing lately is just flicking. You take your Copic markers and you start flicking. If you don't have a hairband or anything like that, try to find some sort of the line where the hair will be falling towards other sides. A hairline may be called, I don't know. And then flick from there, and you just keep adding layers and layers. Today I'm using 3 colors. This is one of my favorite dark browns combinations. I use it all the time, I think. And I'm just flicking until I'm happy, but it's something really hard in my opinion. I'm not that good in it, but I'm trying. We can only learn if we try to do it, so just flicking. And now something lovely about these images is that the eyes, you can add a color to it, and I truly love it. So from the Love Tag Slimline Die, you have lots of things to use. There is the huge love that I'm using today, but there is also a tag that is wonderful. I am trying to see which color will work the best with the red that I have, and I decided on this Cranberry colored cardstock, and I cut out the love. So it's huge, but it can fit an A2 size card perfectly. So if you are not really a fan of slimline cards, this die gives you a large tag, but it also gives you this amazing love, which is just perfect for slimline, but also for the regular size. So with the idea sort of having placement like this, I had to find a way to create a background. So what did I do? I took an A2 size first to check whether it was going to work, and then I took a black piece, this is also A2 immediately, and I'm going to just blend a bit of white pigment ink going from the bottom towards the top. I'm not going completely to the top, but this way I sort of have a cloudy feel, or that was my idea. And this is the Unicorn from Hero Arts Pigment Inks, and I really love this. I ink blended, and then I thought, maybe I can add a bit more. So I decided to take a bit of white gouache and just adding some white splatters, because that fits with the white on the bottom, and it also just pops from the black. Now this cardstock isn't really water friendly, so if you want to splatter anything, make sure that the water that you're adding isn't too much. Keep the consistency of your paint really thick, and then the paper will handle it just fine. Mine was so thick that I had to use an acrylic block at a certain time to really get some splatters going. So I just did that, and I completely covered this panel, as well as my craft mats underneath, but that's life. So once this background is done, I am going to set it aside to dry, and because it was a bit warped, I also used my heat gun of the side. I run it through my die cutting machine in between the plates to just get it flat, but apparently on the side there were a few splatters that weren't dry yet. You can see that on the left, the upper left corner, but I will cover 2 of them, so that one is just a bit bigger. I don't mind that, but I am covering a bit of it with the balloon that the little girl is holding. So with my panel on my card base, I can start adding everything. So the love will be just flat on there using some liquid glue, and I will also use my T-square ruler to make sure that this one is aligned straight. And then I will add a little girl using some thin foam squares, because the thin foam squares are just amazing. I love the fact that it gives some dimension, but it's not over the top. So that's why I really like using it. So here I'm lining it up straight, pressing it down, and then I can add the little girl. And once she's on there, I am going to add a bit of glossy accents, because of course there is a balloon. I have to add glossy accents. And I will add the Stickles to her dress, as I said in the beginning, because I really like doing that. It is the perfect excuse to add some glitter, and who doesn't like glitter? I mean, so that's what I'm doing, and then this card will be completely finished. I hope that you enjoyed the process. If you are curious on which products I use, there will be a supply list down below, and there will also be links towards the 2 products that I'm featuring today for the Merakihugs. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give this one a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet to this YouTube channel, definitely do, because more crafty inspiration will follow and you don't want to miss out on that. So I hope you have a wonderful day left, and I will see you back soon. Bye!